If the student interact well with the faculty, that is a real teacher's day, right? Every day is a teacher's day only. Not only this day is a teacher's day. Maybe somebody dedicated to this teacher's day. Every day is a teacher's day when student will follow the guidelines of the faculty. Okay, now shall we start the session? Right. Okay, students, online students, thank you. Those are all wishing me on Teachers' Day. Thank you. And let us move to the further. Now I'll move to the today. The topic we are going to discuss here is functions. Functions in Python. I'm going to enter into the another topic called functions in Python. I'm going to explain. Okay, students, those who are all wishing teach on occasion of Teachers' Day. And once again, I'm saying thank you and let me start the discussion. Okay, so, okay, students, online students, thank you for all of them. Those who are all wishing me on Teachers' Day. Now I'm going to start my topic. Functions in Python now. I'm going to enter into this. So what I'm going to discuss as a part of this, as a part of this functions, what topic we are going to discuss. Right. Index, I'm going to talk. This is our system of policy. So there I'm talking index. First, purpose of functions. Purpose of functions. Why functions concept is required. Why functions concept is required. So next, I need to go for types of languages. Types of languages in context of functions. There, the first one is unstructured programming languages, unstructured programming languages, unstructured programming languages, and one more is called structured programming languages. And structured, second one is structured programming languages, unstructured and structured programming languages. But next I'm going to talk about parts of parts of functions, parts of functions. Next I'm speaking about phases in functions, phases in functions. Next I'm going to talk about, of course, here I will write it, advantages of functions, advantages of functions, and phases in functions, syntax for defining functions, syntax for defining the functions, syntax for defining the functions in Python. And next, I'm going to enter into the number of approaches to define functions, to define functions in Python. Now I'm going to talk about programming examples. Programming examples. This is called stage number one. Stage number one in functions. Online students, those who are all wishing me on Teachers' Day from 7 o'clock 20 minutes onwards. I'm expressing my thankfulness to all of you. The real gift to the teacher on the occasion of Teachers' Day is the student must read well, must practice well, must respond well, and must get the good job. Automatically, good job will be coming. Okay, let us follow me the things. Second part of this index, second part of the topic. So, uh, Rajendra, written statement. I already said written statement. I'm explaining in the functions. Last class only, and the last few days onwards, I'm saying. Okay, let us move to the further now. I'll move to the further. So take care. And the second part is called what you know arguments, arguments and parameters. Arguments and parameters. Where I'm going to talk about types of arguments, types of arguments and parameters. Where I'm talking about, where I'm talking about number one, positional, positional arguments. positional arguments, positional arguments and parameters. Second one, I'm going to talk about default arguments and parameters. Third one, I'm talking about keyword, keyword arguments and parameters. Fourth one, variable length, variable length, variable length arguments and parameters. Fifth one is what keyword variable length arguments, keyword variable length arguments. So this is the followed by each and every topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correspondingly, examples will be done. Most important topic. No teacher will explain. They will go for up to here. Now this is second stage. Third stage I am going to enter students. Third stage is local and global global variables. Local and global variables. Local and global variables. And followed by programming examples. Programming examples. So we are talking about it. Next, we are talking about local and global variables. Next, I'm talking about global keyword followed by programming examples. Programming examples. Next, I'm talking about global's function concept followed by programming examples. Every topic that is a global related concept. That is the stage number 3. Stage number 3. Stage number 4. Stage number 4. Comprehension techniques. Comprehension techniques. Comprehension concept. Comprehension concept. There I am going to talk about number 1, list comprehension. List comprehension. Second one we are talking about set comprehension. Set comprehension. Next I'm going to talk about dict comprehension. Third one we are talking about dict comprehension. Dict comprehension. Tuple comprehension not there. Tuple comprehension is not there. Very important. Tuple comprehension not there. Why it is not there, I will explain. So there I will go for programming example. Very important topic. Programming examples. This is called fourth stage. Fifth stage. Fifth stage. Working with anonymous functions. Anonymous functions. Implementation of anonymous functions. Implementation of anonymous functions. Anonymous functions. Implementation of anonymous functions. And that is real-time usage. And syntax for, of course, programming examples. Programming examples, which is also known as what anonymous or lambda functions. Anonymous or lambda functions. Lambda functions. Right? This is called another working stage. Next, I'm going to talk about, we are not leaving this. This is a great topic. And next, we are talking about special functions in Python, which are used in data science. Special functions in Python, there I'm talking about number 1, filter function. With the filter function implementation with normal and anonymous functions. Normal and anonymous functions. Normal and anonymous functions. Next, I'm going to talk about second one is called map function. Map function with normal and anonymous functions. Reduce function with normal and anonymous functions, followed by programming examples. This is about concept of what? Functions. See, these many concepts are there. These many number of concepts are there. So if you go through any internet, any tutorials, anything, this is going to be 60% more than everybody. So when we are starting certain topic in deep of it, it should be number 1 in learning process. Okay. So let us move to the further. I'm going to enter into the importance and introduction to the functions. Carefully try to follow, students. Now I'm entering into the introduction to the functions. You know, one thing, first I want to make it one thing very clear. What is the function and what is its use? So far, students, you already learned about bin off, bin off. Do you know this? Bin off. And next, all of you respond. Oct off. Next is called what? Hex off. Next, print off. Next, ID off. Next is called a type off. Like that, if you go on writing, like that, len off. Like that, if you go on seeing, there are so many number of functions we taught so far. List functions, set functions, tuple functions, Trojan set functions, dict functions. They're all called functions or not? Have you learned that many functions in C language? C language you learned what? Printf, scanf, CLR, SCR, strlen, strcpy, strcat, strcmp. After that, that's all. One get ch. There is a maximum you learn only 8 functions. And that is no use at all. And you will not get any job for that with that concept. You will not get job, but you will feel that you know C language. But in reality, nobody will feel that you know C language. So finally, I'm going to conclude my sentences. Suresh is asking, sir, totally how many functions are there in Python, sir? Instead of worrying about it, we have to remember as much as functions in the class. How many medicines are there in the medical field? Suresh, how many medicines are there in the medical field? Suresh. So I'm going to enter into the perfect discussion about it. Okay. So there is no answer from Suresh. How many stars are there in the sky? Hmm? How many? How many? Like that, if I go on asking for certain things, there is no answer. Suresh is saying, okay, sir. So no answer. So, right. So coming to the point of it, now I'm going to say like that when you go to the Python also, Python with data science, Python with DevOps, Python with AWS, Python with machine learning, Python with deep learning, Python with AI. In every field, there is libraries are available. So once we learn Python coding here, any of the area you can just fit into that area to work with that libraries very comfortably. So that's what I'm making you to learn. Total conception functions, total conception Python, how to use them in real time. We are learning in every day with different coding techniques. So anyhow, these are all functions. If I go like this, if I go like that, there are so many number of functions are there. What is the use of bin? Just I'm asking. It is used for converting any of the other number systems into which type? Binary type. Binary type. So the purpose is what here? The purpose is what? Functions are meant for what? Performing some operation. Functions main job is what? Performing some operation. Plus it will provide code reusability. The main important task here. Code reusability that you don't understand at this stage. I'll give you one beautiful explanation now. At this point of time, you keep it aside. Now I want to take up this part so that you can understand very well in the class. So let us start. Before entering into this, I would like to speak about types of languages. I start from the zeroth part of functions now. In programming languages, there are two types of programming languages are available. I am going to tell you one by one in the class. Number one is called structured programming languages. One more is called unstructured programming languages. There are two types of programming languages are there. One is unstructured, one more is structured. Let me take up a scenario called unstructured programming languages. Unstructured programming languages, I am going to talk about it. See, students, unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages are the things which are available in the present world is what you know. In the present world, you are having all the programming languages which are available in front of you are structured only. The main difference between both of them is unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept of functions. I'm going to give you direct point here. Don't take much time. Unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept of what? Functions. Does not contain the concept of functions. So that so many limitations will be coming in front of them. And structured programming languages contains concept of functions. And they named as what? Some scientists invented concept of what concept of what? Functions. And they added to the programming languages. They named as what? Structured. Structured. Let me talk about when functions are not there in unstructured programming languages. What is an example of that languages? And even I don't know this language. GW Basic is one of the programming language which does not contain, which is comes under what? Unstructured. This language does not contain functions. Nowadays, you take it, C language, you take it, C++, you take it, any language, you take it, C language, you take it, C++, you take it, Java, you take it. And next, you take it as what C sharp.net, you take it, C sharp.net. Take it as C sharp.net. You take it as Python, you take it as Python. Any language you take it, all the languages are containing which concept? Functions concept is present. All these languages you take it, they are contain the concept of what? Functions. So this language is not containing what? Functions concept is not there. I hope you are following me. So unstructured programming languages does not contain concept of functions. So JW Basic is an example of it. Sir, what will happen because of that? Now I'm going to provide one small situation. I'm going to take it here. One small situation. Because of functions concept is not there, what will happen? I'm going to take some small situation here. So let us consider the small situation here. What is the situation here? Let us assume, let us assume there are there are 100 students are available. There are 100 students are available. 100 students are available. And common task is whose common task? Carefully listen this situation. Whose common task is to develop addition of two numbers. Whose common task is 100 students are available, and whose common task is to develop addition of addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. This is a common task. In which language? Unstructured. Then what will happen here? For addition of two numbers, 100 people, it is a common task. What these people are doing? It is an operation. It is addition of two numbers is an operation. As you know that addition of two numbers is an operation. How do you do so far in our class? Come on, how do you do so far in our class? We do this program as like this. SE1.py, software engineer 1.py, A is equal to int of input of what I'm saying, enter first number. Enter first number. Just I'm writing the code. Enter second number. Enter second number. I'm taking it as second number I am entering. Enter second number. I'm taking it as a B. Now C is equal to A plus B. C is equal to A plus B. Now I'm going to write it. Print value of A, comma A. Now I'm writing value of B is equal to B. I'm writing value of B is equal to B. I'm writing. Next I'm writing print is equal to sum is equal to comma C. I'm writing. So here I wrote around 6 lines of statements. 6 lines of statements. Here I wrote 6 lines of statements. 6 lines of statements. 6 lines of statements. Spend how much time? Say, for example, 3 minutes of time spent. 3 minutes of time spent on that. 3 minutes of time is spent on that example. Next, this kind of statements developed by first software engineer. It is out of 100 people. What about the second SE2.py? SE2.py is an another programmer. SE2.py is an another programmer. What is this person need to do? This person is expecting the code was already written by one of the colleague. A friend is written this code. He is trying to accept. He is trying to reuse the same code in which program? SE2. So to reuse, we are applying the first time the word called what? The reusability. What is meant by reusability? The code which is developed by somebody else, I want to get it as it is without spending amount of time, without writing the same code. Is it not a great advantage? Suppose you want to pay some 1 lakh to your college fees. What you are doing? You are getting the money from your parents. So the parents are already, they developed it. And you are doing what? Just a taking. That is known as what? Reusing. What is meant by reusability? The code was already defined it by spending some time, by testing the performance and everything. What you are doing? You are going to get it as it is without writing your own code, without spending your own time. That is known as what? Reusability. What is the reusability? Getting the code as it is without writing the physical efforts, without spending the physical time on that. That is known as what? Reusability. Such reusability is not there in which languages? Because which concept is not there? That means without functions, you cannot do what? Who will provide reusability? Functions. Fun- Unstructured programming languages does not provide what? Because it is not containing what? That means who will provide reusability? Which concept generally? Functions. That functions are there in which language? So what is the special purpose of functions? To provide what? Code reusability. So why do you go for functions? To perform an operation plus to provide code reusability. Are you able to understand? So what is the purpose of functions? To perform the operation and plus it will provide what? Code reusability. Did you understand the code reusability? Did you understand the meaning of functioning? Functioning means what? Doing some operation. So what is the purpose of functions? Functions are used for performing certain operation and provides code reusability. Say all of you. Functions are used for performing certain operation and provides code reusability. This is the one you need to tell as it is. Already in C language, you learned functions. Which your faculty explained, I don't know. But by seeing my content, it's a marvelous content. You'll get everything in my class. So that's why respond. C, Java also containing everything functions. But whether you know functions or not, I don't know. But in my class, you need to know about what is the function. Functions are meant for what? Performing an operation and provides what? Code reusability. Now I'm writing SE2. What SE2 is doing? We don't have the functions concept. He is writing the same code again. Again, he is writing the same code. Then tell me what is the drawback? Like that, like that. One more kind of person, like that, one more kind of person. SE3 also, SE3.py. He is also writing the same code. SE4, like that, I am writing, like that, n number of software engineers writing here 100.py, 100.py, writing the same code again and again, writing the same code again and again. This is going to be called as what? Unstructured programming language drawback. Come on, what are the drawbacks of it, etc.? What are the limitations of this approach? Limitations of this approach. Number one is called what? What time is taking to develop? Less time or more time? 100 people spent 3 minutes on that. So first of all, application development time is application development time. Development time. is more. More. First observation. Second observation is what? Once it is taking more time to develop, obviously it is going to be writing the same code again and again or not. And C students, 6 lines of code you have written, I have written 6 lines of code. Hundreds of people has written 6 lines of code. 100 into 6 lines, it is going to be 600 lines of code. When I run my project, is it taking more memory space in the main memory or not? So application takes application memory space. Application memory space is more. Application memory space is more. That takes more memory space. Obviously takes application execution time is, come on, application execution time is, application execution time is, come on, more. So application execution time is more. So my laptop is running very slowly. So application execution time is more. Space is more. Execution time is more. Obviously, what is the performance of an application? What is the performance of an application? Come on, fast. What is the performance of an application? What is the performance of an application? Space is more. Execution time is more. What is your conclusion? Performance is what? Degrading. Performance, application performance degrades. Application performance is degraded. Degraded. It is going on coming down or not? So it is all going to be, it is all going to be. Next is called what? The same code you have written again and again. Because of the same code written again and again, the redundancy of the code, redundancy means what? Duplication, duplication, or we can also call it the replication. These are all industry terminology. Duplication is more because of redundancy of the code. Redundancy of code is more. Redundancy of code is more. That becomes difficult to manage my code. Suppose you have written 100 times. You have written what? Int. It works only for what? Integer. Will it work for float? No. What you will do again? In all 100 places, you have to change it to what? Float, 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 float. I have to change it. Is it not very difficult to maintain my code? Suppose after writing float, somebody is asking, I want a complex number addition I want. What you will do again? Again, I have to change a complex in all the places. Is it not difficult to manage the code? So redundancy will give you maintainability is going to be difficult. Difficult to manage my code. These are the drawbacks of what? These are the drawbacks of which code? Come on, unstructured programming languages. Because of what type of concept is not there? Functions concept is not there. So overall thing, what did you understand? Overall thing, why I'm going for functions? Functions are meant for, I want to write the code, I want to do the operation, plus I want to do what? That two things are provided by whom? That functions are available in which language? So that's why structured languages are containing functions whose advantage is what? We will write the code one time and we don't write the same code again and again. One time if I write it, I will reuse the same code again and again multiple times in the programming. Did you understand? So I'm going to write it. Coming to the area, structured programming languages contains the concept of what? Functions. So now I'm going to tell you about functions. Now functions are present so that I can get it. Here I will write it. Functions are used for, hmm, functions are used for, come on, tell me, performing, performing an operation, performing an operation and provides what? Code reusability. This is the very important. Anybody provides code reusability. Sir, how many ways are there to provide code reusability in Python? Number one, students, functions you see, functions. This I will discuss around 6 days. 6 days, this concept will be continued. Then next, Maybe one more day it may take extra. Maybe 2 days it takes extra. Extension to the functions is called modules. Modules. That is providing. These are also reusable to you only. That is 2 days. Why? Every function is a part of the module only. And the modules are the part of what? Packages. Packages is only 1 day because the package contains modules only. Module contains what? Functions only. Here we are spending a lot of time on what? Functions concept. Are you able to follow? So functions are used for what? Performing an operation and provides what? Code reusability. So anybody ask you what is the function purpose, you have to tell that. Definition and everything I will tell you. Let's come. I'll come back. I'll come back once again. I will come back once again. What is the advantages of functions I'm going to tell? How many times I will define my function? One time. How many times I will use it? Many times. So I'll come back. Let me provide one small mathematics awareness for you. I'll come back once again to this concept. Let me go to maths. Do you know mathematics? Do you know mathematics? Hmm? Do you know or not? Hmm? Don't know? You don't know? Hmm? School? You went to school? You went to school? In school, there is an eighth class. You studied eighth class. Yes, in that eighth class, math subject is there. Yes, sir. In that functions is there. Hmm? There are not there. Boys, there are not there. Girls, there are not there. Eighth class functions. Studied eighth class. Directly first to 10th engineering. Studied eighth class. Functions is there. Then what is the use of functions in mathematics? You are getting knowledge from my class. There is no doubt in that. Ultimate, that is. Now I'm taking your knowledge. Right. Hmm. My dear student. So happy Teachers Day, you are saying. Once again, thank you, my dear student. Anjaneyulu, only academic we know. It's what Anjaneyulu I am asking, only academic. What is the Anjaneyulu studied, I think so, eighth class. So those who are teaching, where those are expressing happy Teachers Day, I already expressed my things. So thank you and answer my questions. Anjaneyulu, like answer my question. Academics, you know, what is the function in academic? Kalyani, thank you, ma. So let us come to the topic. For me, every day is a teacher's day when students are replying my questions and answering my questions. So every day I'll enjoy my class. Even though you don't reply, I like my profession very well. So really, I like my profession. Okay. Come on, to the point. All of you come. Anjaneyulu, well, you said you know academics. Eighth class maths is there. What is the function in mathematics? F of x. Okay. What is f of x? What is f of x? Is it the function? No, waste knowledge. There is a waste knowledge. Compulsory it is a waste knowledge only. Now I will tell you. Consider, and you don't feel it because it is a waste knowledge. That's why I'm saying waste. 100%. You speak on the face so that people will come out. You will say correct only, but it is not useful. Don't tell like that. Useless is useless. Correct is correct. Wrong is wrong. So come on, all of you. Now don't worry. Now, without knowing anything, if you study fifth class, you can learn Python. Provided teacher should have that presentation skills. Consider f of, I will take Anjaneyulu example, f of x comma y, x comma y is equal to x plus y, x plus y. So Shiva is saying relationship between set of inputs having one output for each input is called Shiva is saying something. So Shiva, you studied somewhere or you studied somewhere or you are saying your own answer? I'll come to your answer also. I'll come to your own answer also. For every input, there is one output you are saying. I'll take it and I will take it. I will come to after this discussion. Come on. So otherwise the fragments of subject will go. F of x is equal to x comma y. You have you seen in your school or not? Hmm. Have you seen or not? I don't ask any questions, answer it. Yes. Now I will go to calculate, calculate. I'm writing calculate. So first bit I'm going to say calculate first bit. F of f of 2 comma 3. Second bit I'm talking about. Second bit I'm talking about f of minus 3 comma minus 4. Third bit I'm talking about f of 10 comma minus 20. Like that I'm having. Fourth bit I'm talking f of something like 9 comma minus 5 I'm taking. This you have seen already now, and you can say answer also now. You can say answer also. What is an answer for that without my help? Come on. Who said 6 there? Correct. Who is that? That corner. Somebody said 6. Really correct. Who is that? Correct. Correct. నువ్వేనా ఎవరు చెప్పాలి అక్కడే ఇట్స్ దేర్ ఓన్లీ టీచర్స్ డే రోజు అబద్ధం చెప్పకూడదు హూ సెడ్ హూ సెడ్ అనుకోవాలి అక్కడ నువ్వు హూ సెడ్ 6 కరెక్ట్ హూ సెడ్ హూ సెడ్ హూ సెడ్ రెడ్ షర్ట్ హూ సెడ్ హూ సెడ్ మై డియర్ స్టూడెంట్ 2 plus 3 is how much? 6 ఎట్లా వస్తుంది? ఓ 6 will come. So come to the point of it. Like that, if you say, I feel lot of disappointment because my weakness is when my student answer wrong, I feel some disappointment because my nature is little sensitive. My nature, little sensitive nature. Really, actually, girls should have sensitive nature. I don't know from childhood days onwards, it's little sensitive. If any friend is not playing with me, I used to feel sensitive. Next day, I don't talk to that guy unless he come and say sorry. So that sensitiveness, I don't know because how it come, I don't know because of maybe only one. I'm only one to my parents. No sisters, no brothers. I'm only one. Maybe that loneliness is coming like that. I don't know. So somehow it is reflects in the students' time also. Come on, even if you don't reply, also I feel a lot. Correct. I don't know that sensitiveness. Somehow it is coming. Actually, sometimes it is required, sometimes not required, but it is not going out. So come on, answer. What is an answer? 5. Next, minus 3, minus 4, minus 7. Next, minus 20. Next, 4. 4. Are you following? So now you said the answer also. That means you studied 8th class. Now I am asking, what is this line is called? What is this line is called? Question mark. What is that line is called? And what are these below things are called? What are these below things are called? Anjanelu, answer now. You said you studied academics. Now, this line number six is called what? And line number 9 is called what? Usha saying that it is an equation. Krishna Reddy is my student already. Krishna Reddy is my student. Krishna Reddy, am I correct? Krishna Reddy, am I correct? Yes. So, such a beautiful word is saying means definitely is my student. 100%. This I'm asking, even when I go to Java, also when I teach 27 years onwards, I'm asking. Nobody will reply. But when you are going to this, so, mm, so coming to the point of it, Anjanelu, where are you? So, so, so almost 20 years gone, sir. Forget. Okay. So you are also 20 years back you studied, huh? Okay. Anyhow, Anjanelu, no problem. This is because they said academics we know. Once you know academics very well, getting job is simple. Only thing is in academics, they teach non-practical approach. That's why you are not having a close relationship with the industry. If they have what internships and everything in the college level itself, definitely will get the job. So practical approach is required. Anyhow, come. This is known as what? Function definition. Function definition. Spell out function definition. Defined how many times? One time. For what purpose? Addition of two numbers. What these are all called? Line number. This one is called function calls. Spell out function calls. Function definition is defined and these are called a function call. The moment when you say this one, automatically your brain control will go to this place or not. And what is this 2 and 3 are called? Input. Input. Going to where? X. Going to where? Y. Adding that X and Y, that is a 5, 2 plus 3. Returning the value called what? 5. Next, one more is called what? Function call. Again, going to where? Going to this place. X and Y contains minus 3, minus 4. Minus 3, minus 4 is called minus 7. Again, function call going to this place and getting the result. Again, function call going to this place and coming here. So how many times I defined my function? One time. How many times I am calling? How many parts are there in functions? Two. Number one, function definition, function call. Function definition defined how many times? One time. How many times you are calling? That's why slogan of functions is what? Write once, call anywhere. Write once, call anywhere. Once again, write once, call anywhere. These are all four people. Four people are not writing four times x plus y. Four people are not writing four times definition. The definition is defined how many times? One time. And how many people are calling? So they are minimizing, they are saving their time on defining what? Functions. So, like that, if you come back, what is this happening? The SE1, SE2, SE3, SE100 defined the same code again and again or not? What I will do now? SE1 is a programmer. Assume that he is a team lead in the company. He is doing what? He is defining that function. He is defining. Earlier, he wrote block of statements, right or not? It is doing an operation. Today, what he is doing, he is defining a function. But the functions are, you have seen already the functions tail. Bin off. Next is called opt-off. Next is called len off. What is this len, bin and all those things? After all, one variable name. After all, one variable name. This brace indicates what? After this brace indicates what? Function notation, something like that. Today I'm going to take it. My function name is ADDOP, addition operation of what I'm writing, opening bracket and closing bracket, closing bracket, opening bracket. And before that, I will use a keyword to define a function in Python on our own. We will write what? DEF keyword. What is the keyword used to define a function? DEF. DEF is a keyword. What is my function name? ADDOP. Indentation block. I am writing here indentation block. This are called what? Set of instructions written under one single unit whose name is what? ADDOP, which is known as what today? Function name, which is defined by which keyword? DEF keyword. In C language, what you write? Return type, function name, parameters. You write lot of stuff. But here we are writing DEF is a keyword. ADDOP. Under that we are writing what? Block of statements now. Are you able to follow now? Now. So, okay, Krishna Reddy, no problem. No problem. You can attend this session, no issue. Okay, no problem. Welcome to this class. Now coming to DEF, ADDOP of this data here written like this. This is called what? Function definition we can call. Now students, you come back to this area. What SE2 is doing? What SE2 is doing? SE2.py. What SE2 is doing? He is not writing the same code once again. Simply is doing what? ADDOP. What is this line is called? Function call. What is this line is called? The moment when he call it, PVM will go to where? In this place. asking enter the first number, second number. This person will enter the value and so that it will be executed and giving the result to this person. Similarly, what I will do, student, what I will do here, writing here called SE3.py. What is this now? ADDOP function call once again. Like that, I am writing what? So on. I am writing what? SE100.py. It is a function call once again. I hope you are understanding this. This is going to be called as what? What is the significance is called? How many times I wrote the definition? One time. How many times you are calling? So what is an advantage? How many times they written it? 6 lines. How many minutes spent? And others are writing the same code again now? No. These others are writing the same thing? No. They are just calling that and they are getting executed. Is it not called reusability? Reusability means what? Without writing the 6 lines of code, without spending the same time, just they are invoking this function, just they are calling this function so that I will get this answer to be executed. So what are the advantages we are getting here? What are the advantages? Application development time, these are all going to become a positive approach here. So here I am writing advantages are what? Application development time is what? Less. Why less here? Defined how many times? One time only. Application memory space is reduced like anything because I just written 6 lines of code only and majority of the time I don't write again and again. Execution will become what? Very fast. Execution time is very less. And performance is going to be doing what? Enhanced. Enhanced means what? Improved. And the redundancy of the code is what? Less. Minimized, I can say. Minimized. Minimized, I can say. It is reduced like anything. Redundancy of the code is minimized. Means what? One time I wrote it many times. How this maintainability is easy? Suppose they want addition of complex number. Simply SE1 only can change it. What he will do? Complex. And he will do once again what? Complex. And others are getting which data? Complex numbers they will get it. If I write it float here, how many times I am changing? One time I am changing. Is it getting many times or not? So what is the special advantage of functions? The special advantage of functions are these many. So tell me what is the use of reusability? Did you understand reusability here? And say the mathematics version once. How many times mathematics version function defined? One time. How many times we are reusing again? Many times we are reusing. This is called reusability. Through what? And this is called what? Definition. How many times? And how the people are getting the output by calling this definition. Anjanelu, are you getting now? This is called when you go to the parts of the function, when you deal with the functions, how many parts will be there? Two. Number one, function definition, function calls. Which one is the first one? Function definition first, function call first. Right. All of a sudden, I am writing some fifth part. I am writing student g of 2 comma 3. G of 2 comma 3. What is an answer? What is an answer? G of 2 comma 3. What is an answer? Hmm. In Python, name error. Very good. Name error. Why? The function f is there. The function g is not there. In Python, it is a name error. That means for every function call compulsory, what is required? Function definition is required. Otherwise, you will get what? Mathematics, it is called wrong question. If it is a computer science, it is called what? Not found. That is in Python, what is that error? Name error. Name error. Are you following me? And one more function I am defining, student. One more thing. H of x comma y comma z is equal to what? X plus y plus z. X plus y plus z. Here I am going to write it. Function definition. But it is going to give you name error, student. Name error. Name error. I'm writing name error. And h of x comma y comma z is not getting executed. Why? There is no function call for it. Yes or no? So, if you want to execute any function, you must have what? Compulsory. So, function definitions voluntarily will not execute by themselves. Function definitions will execute through what? Function calls only. So, without having function call, you cannot execute the function definition. And moreover, for every function call, You must have function definition. Otherwise, you will get what? Name error. Are you able to follow? So advantages of structured, advantages of unstructured, limitations of unstructured. You understood, I think so. What is the use of function now? What is the purpose of functions? Tell me. Purpose of functions is to perform what? Already I mentioned it. The purpose of functions is to perform the operation and provides what? Code reusability. Code reusability. And one more thing is functions will contain how many parts? Two parts. Function definition, function call, function call. Function definitions executed through what? If function name call is there, if function definition is not there, you'll get which error? Name error. So two parts will be there, function definition and function call. Which one is the first one? Function definition. Then you will get what? Function call. Right. How to define functions? Very soon I will come to it. Is it clear? And one more thing, advantages of functions people will ask you. Advantages of functions are how many? Five. Application time will be less through the functions. Space will be less. These are all called advantages of what? Functions. Next, I'm going to enter into the further. Next, I'm going to enter into the further. Coming to this point back. So here you see, Shiva said something here. Relationship between set of inputs having one output for each input. Here, here, if you look into that, in this case, of course, Shiva might be said in his approach, but it is not all the time it is correct. Not all the time it is correct. Suppose there is a function I'm taking, there is a something like x function I'm taking. I'm just saying that the value called 5, the value called 5. So here I'm writing simply called what? X of. What is an output is coming? 5. So no input is taking. X is not taking input. Simply if I call it, it is going to give you what? Value 5. So no need to take input like that. So Shiva, I think you might be remember that. So coming to the point back, now further I'm going to introduce how to define a function. And before the function, I want to tell you some more things here. Let us start understanding here calculation part. Once again, I want to have some small review here. So let us have the review here once so that I'll go to the definition quickly. So let us start the review here. All of you, one more point I'm going to tell newly here. Try to catch it. What is f of 2, 3? Man, function call. Every function call makes the PVM to go to where? Function definition. In the function definition, this 2 and then 3 are called what here? Inputs. This entire line, once again, I will repeat, this entire line is called what? Function call. What is this F is called? Function name. What is this 2, 3 is called? Input. Input. Any type of operation you want to do through functions, functions need to take what? Input. Functions need to do what? Process. Functions need to give what? Output. This is known as what? Phases in functions. Phases. Spell out phases. Parts are different from phases. What are the phase? Functions are meant for performing what? Operations. Every function will take what? Input. Every function will do what? Process. Every function will give you what? Output. Are you able to follow? So coming to the point back, functions are meant for performing what? Every function takes what? And every function will do what? Process. And it will give you what? So even like that, you need to do it. Okay. So what is this f of 2, 3 called completely? Function call. What is this 2, 3 called? Good. When you call the function, what will happen? PVM will go to where? Function definition. And that inputs are stored in where? Come on. XY. These XY are available in where? Function definition. These XY are called formal parameters. Spell out formal parameters. These are also called as dummy parameters. These are also known as what? Formal arguments also people can call. So officially you call it as what? Formal parameters. Spell out formal parameters. What is XY? Used in where? What is the F? function name. What is the xy? Hmm? What is 2, 3 here? What is xy here? Why do you use formal parameters? To hold the inputs coming from the function call. Formal parameters are always used for holding the inputs coming from function call. That is the purpose of formal parameters. Why do you use formal parameters in the function definition? To hold the inputs coming from where? Function calls. How many inputs are coming? 2. I will hold those 2 inputs in the x and y. X and y is holding that inputs. And the next is called what? X plus y is called what? Function processing logic. Spell out function processing logic. That my given problem solution provided by this logic, which is known as a business logic, we can call business logic. Are you following me? So business logic, x plus y is called function processing logic or business logic also we can call. Tell me, if we want to define a function, observe it. Number one, what is required? Function name. Next, what is required? Good. Number, next, what is required? Function processing logic. Understand? Functions are meant for what? Performing the operation. Operational related logic, you need to write it. And this is the third part. And the next part is to define a function in Python, we will use a keyword called what? DEF. DEF stands for what? Definition. Which definition? Function definition. So to define a function, how many things are required? Number one, DEF. Next, function name, formal parameters, function processing logic. Is it clear? To define any function, how many things are required? Come on. Now I'm going to say syntax for defining syntax for defining the function in Python. Syntax for defining the function in Python. Come on, don't take much time. You only start. Hmm. Come on, why are you waiting? Def function name, function underscore name. Okay, any name you write it. Open the bracket, list of formal params. Why are you defining first of all function? To do the operation and to provide the code reusability. Tomorrow, if you become a team lead, you will define a function and you will give to your colleagues. That is why you are going forward functions. In real time, all codes will be written with functions only. And the total library of Python is available in terms of what? Functions only. So come on, here I'm writing list of formal parameters, colon, you know already. What is a colon? Indentation symbol. Indentation symbol. Very good. You are maintaining indentation there and you are saying, my dear students, you are writing statement 1, statement 2, statement 2, and you are writing like that. You are writing statement n. You are writing statement n. Statement n you are writing. These are all called what? Indentation block of statements. Indentation block of statements. This is a function name. Indentation block of statement, which is known as what? Function processing logic. Function processing logic, these are all called. Are you able to follow? And this part is going to contain, this is providing the solution to my business problem, solution to my given requirement. And along with that, once again, I'm mentioning DEF is a keyword used for defining the function. Function name is one of the valid variable name. Any valid variable name you can take it. It is treated as a function name. And one new point I want to tell you, every function name is what? One variable name, correct? Every variable name in Python is what? Object. చెప్పండి నిద్రపోతున్నాను. Every function name in Python is what? Object. Every object require what? Class. There is a class. Every function name is an object of class function. Of class what? Function. What is the function here? It is a class. Of which class object? Every function name is an object. It is a valid variable name whose object will have a class internally, which is known as what? Function. Look at that. If you want to go to that, go to this place. 1 minute. I want to show you here. Observe it. I'm writing here. DEF d of f of x comma y, I'm printing of x plus y. Just I'm writing it. Now I'm printing here type of what f I'm saying. What is the type of f? Function. Type of f is called function. F of 2 comma 3. What is the answer is coming? F of minus 2 comma minus 3. What is the answer is coming? How many times I defined it? How many times I am calling? Many times I am calling. F of what? 10 comma 20. Answer is like that. F of 10 comma minus 20 minus 2 and plus like this I am saying. Something like this as an answer is like this. Are you following me? Is it difficult? So what is the DEF here? Keyword. What is the F here? Function name. What is the XY? Formal parameters. What is this? X plus Y? Function processing logic. But you leave it. Come to the point. Is it clear? Done. List of formal parameters are used for what? Holding my inputs coming from where? Function calls that are holding here. Well, and statement one, statement two are called what? Function processing logic. 1, 2, 3, 4 points I said. Totally 7 points I want to say. One more point I am saying. While I am defining any function in real time, it is the responsibility of the programmer side to give the description of the function name, what it is meant for. When you buy any medicine, behind the medicine, some description will be given or not. What that description is called? For the consumer purpose, any information they want, they'll be giving some description. Like that, any function you define it, it is the responsibility of the programmer to express the functionality of the function in the form of a comment. It is not compulsory, it is a comment. So it is a comment. That can be a multi-line comment. That can be a they said multi-line comment. So their multi-line comment means how do you write it? Triple double quotes. You are writing doc string. Doc string. Spell out stands for what? Documentation. About what? Our function. Suppose if I write ADDOP, this function is used for what? Adding of two numbers like this. Here I will define DEF ADDOP A comma B. There I am writing like this. This function is used for adding of two numbers. Adding of what? Two numbers. I'm just writing like this. This is called what? Documentation. Doc string. This is not compulsory to write. It is an optional to write it. Are you following me? It is an optional to write. It is not mandatory to write. It is an optional. Are you following me? Right. Next, statement one, statement two, statement n is called what? Function processing logic. So number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. Number six, I'm writing. What is the number six? Look at. C is equal to A plus B. What is this is known as this entire thing is called this entire thing is called what? Function definition. In the entire function definition, this part, only that part is called function heading. What is that? Function heading. Like function heading. Heading. This part is known as what? Function body. What is this? Function body. Function body. So function definition contains how many parts? Two parts. Function heading, function body. Human being contains how many parts? Head, body. Are you following? There are so many parts are there. Function heading, function body. Are you following me? In the function body, we are using one special variable inside the body. This is a body or not? This is a body. In the function, I'm using one special variable called what? C. That C is called what? Local variable. Here, C is called a local variable. Sir, what is the use of local variable? To hold my function processing result. To store my results temporarily. To store my function processing logic result. A plus B, I said na? A plus B. A plus B result, I need to store it in some other variable or not? So definitely I will take one variable inside the function call definition or not. In the body, I am using one special variable. Suppose I want to do division. What you will do? D is equal to what? A slash B. I will do multiplication. What I will do? Some x is equal to a star b. Some modulus I want to do. Y is equal to what I will do? A percentage b I will do. What is this C D X Y are called? Local variables. Why local variables are used? To take my temporary results. You're able to follow. Next, after that, we are entering into that. There is one more function called a DEF. Some XYZ function I am taking. One more point I am going to cover. I'm trying to print C comma D comma C comma D comma A comma B. I am trying to write. What is CDR called? Local variable. What is ABR called? Formal parameters. What is the use of local variable? To store my temporary results in the function body. What is the use of formal parameter? To hold my inputs coming from the function call. And such local variables and such formal parameters of one function, you are trying to access into some other function. This gives you what? Name error. What error? That means local variables, formal parameters cannot be accessed in outside of the program, cannot be accessed in other part of the program. It may be another program, it may be another function definition. Wherever you like it, you cannot access. You'll get which error? It is known as what? Scope of the local variables and formal parameters. I hope you got it. So that is another point. So what is the first point? Related to DEF, related to function name, related to formal parameters, related to doc string, related to indentation block, related to local variable, related to the accessibility of local variables and formal parameters. This is called a definition of what? Function definition in Python. Online students, is it clear? Is this entire thing is clear for everybody? Come on, respond. Now, I will show you the syntax. I'll show you the syntax. Instead of typing that a colorful diagram, I want to show you one small thing here. Students, I will show you one small thing here. I'll show this. This is daily you need to read and come to the class. So observe it. Come on, read out this carefully. All of you read out. Syntax for defining function. Syntax for defining function. So let us start understanding about the syntax. Say students, start. Syntax for defining DEF. First of all, DEF, function name, list of formal parameters. This part is known as what I said, function heading. This part is known as what again? Function body. So function body, function definition is equal to function heading plus what? Function body, right? That is anyhow it is done. Now, if you want, if you feel any uncomfortability about that, this part I will cut it from here and I will cut it from there and I'll try to paste it and I'll try to write it here. Function definition is equal to function. Come on, what is this? Function heading plus function body. So I think you got it. So let us understand this point here. Start understanding now. Hmm. So let us start the description. DEF. Here DEF is a keyword which is used for defining the programmer defined function. Second one is called what? Function name. Function name represents a valid variable name and treated as a function name. And every function name is an object of type class function. You have seen it already. List of formal parameters represents variable names used in function heading and they are used for storing the holding the inputs coming from where function call. Doc string represents documentation string and it is used for giving or writing the description of the above functionality of the function. And next I will write it the statement 1, statement 2, statement n, indentation block of statement, and it is process the input or logic for problem solving, and it is known as a business logic or function processing logic. Next, I'm talking about local variables. In the function body, we use some special variables and they are called local variables and whose purpose is to store temporary results. Seventh point, the values of formal parameters and local variables can be accessed inside the corresponding function body only. in the definition only, but not possible to access in other part of the program or in other function definition. That is known as scope of the formal parameters and local variables. Understood? Now I want to online students syntax is clear. Daily throughout our entire career will follow this function here. Now students, I want to go for definition of the function. Purpose is different. Definition is different. Definition I'm going for. Let us take an example. Let us take an example. ATM operations, you take it. ATM operation is one of the big code. It's a big project. It is a big project. What is happening? It's a big project. Big project. Or is a big problem. It is a problem. Or big main. This is a big project. That big project is decomposed into smaller pieces. Smaller pieces. Smaller pieces means what? What are the operations in ATM project? Deposit, deposit. Next is called what? Withdraw. Next is called what? Balance inquiry. Balance inquiry. Next, what I will do? Next is called pin change. Pin change. Next is called pin generate. Right or not? Pin generate. Pin generate. Like that mini statement. Mini statement. Like that there are so many number of things will be there or not? Like that many more. Like that many more are there. Many more are there. These are all called what? Options, operations present in where? According to the programmer perspective, what is deposit? It is an operation. SBI customer can deposit, some code is written. Union Bank person also can deposit, same code is written. All the bankers' ATMs contains what? Deposit. So deposit code to be written how many times? One time, and it should be reused by all the programmers of ATMs. So deposit in programmer perspective, what is deposit? Deposit is a function. Deposit is a withdraw is a, and every operation in my real-time applications are called functions only. When you touch your screen, when you go for unlock the screen, are you drawing the pattern or not? That draw pattern is verified by one function only. Correct or not? Pin verification is also called one function. Tell me, any project you take it is a collection of what? Functions only will present. Because anything you touch on the hyperlink or in your mobile, some piece of code will execute or not. Such a piece of code is written in where? Functions only. Getting me? So tell me, what is a deposit? All of them are what? What is the function I am defining? A function is a subprogram of what? Big problem. Any big problem is that it is decomposed into smaller pieces. But a smaller piece contains the code of that task only. The task code can be reused by other part of the project also. That's why function is known as what? Subprogram of what main program is called function. What is the function? Subprogram of main program is called function, or a part of main program is called function. Simple example. If you did not understand, take your diagram, you take it. Your diagram, you take it. Your diagram. I'm drawing some diagram. So this diagram I am drawing. So this diagram I am writing. So this is called the like this. And this is your brain. And this is something like this. So like this. So like this I am writing. Like this I am writing. So now tell me, what is this? This is called human being is called what? One big problem. The big project. Big project. In the big project, what is this is called brain. What brain will do? Huh? What brain will do, students? Hmm? What brain will do? What your first of all, even sir, we don't have brains, sir. You don't say that. What brain will do? Huh? What is that? Huh? He's checking. They there are not. Come on. He's saying thinking. Thinking, sir. Okay, thinking. One student is saying, huh? Asif, my dear student. So don't I'm feeling so I don't have, I don't know. Okay, my dear student. Yeah, Asif is a good student actually. So Okay. So online students, Asif, don't be like that. You are a good student. So maybe he's doing joking. So everybody is having very good brain outside, but when you come to subject side, it's not working properly. Why? The previous teachers did not make you to work your giving a brains working questions they did not give. That's why you have very good brain, no doubt in that. Come to the point. So human beings is a big problem. Brain will do what? It will control all the parts of the body and it gives signals. When opposite some tiger is coming, what it says? Run. When friend is coming, when he is a close friend of you, say smile. When he is don't know you is an enemy, say some serious face. These are all signals given by the brain only, no? When you are saying brain is not there. When you are eating ice cream, you are feeling the taste of that. Who is going to give the taste signals? Brain. Total things are controlled by your brain only. So brain is having some functionality doing or not. Brain off is a function. What I will do? Vision, and what the mouth will do. Inside the mouth, the tongue is there, teeth is there. In teeth, varieties of teeth are there. Lot of things are there. And hands will do what? Do. And legs will do what? Something. These are all called what? Different type of functionality doing in the human being or not. So human being is called one big project. Inside of it, lot of components will do different operations or not. Every organ functionality is called function only. Human being is a collection of what functions. Each function will do that operation. Correct or not? Right. That is called what you know. That is called what? What is the function definition? Subprogram of main program is called function, or a part of main program is called function. So let me go to that. I want to open it. Here I'm going to introduce functions in. So types of languages, I'll open it first. See students, here is a documentation. Online students, did you understand the definition of the function? In industry, we have two types of languages. One is called unstructured, one more is structured. Come on, unstructured programming languages. The unstructured programming languages does not contain functions concept, so that whose related applications has the following limitations. Application development time is more, space is more, execution time is more, application performance is degraded, redundancy of the code is minimized. Example is like this. And structured programming languages contains concept of what? Functions whose applications have the following advantages. Same thing in a positive manner. Are you following me? Easy. Go to the functions in Python. Now I said important points here. Come on. The purpose of functions is that to perform certain operation or a task and provides code reusability. Example, our case is called what? In our case, you see, this is a function defined one time, performing operation. Is it providing code reusability or not? So even in our case, I defined my function. Is the people are reusing again and again or not? Like that. So here I'm going to introduce functions advantages are same thing I said. Definition of a function, same. Advantages are same. Now definition of a function. Come on. Subprogram of main program is called a function. A part of main program is called a function. Parts of functions. At the time of developing functions in real time, we must ensure that there must exist two parts. They are function definition, function calls. Every function definition exists only once. Definition will exist one time only. Every function call must contains function definition. Otherwise, we get a name error. F is there, G is there. What is the error? Name error. Function definition will execute when we call by using function calls or without a calling function by using function calls. PVM will not execute function definition. Important. Parts of phases in functions. At the time of defining function, programmer must ensure that there must exist the following phases. Every function must take what? Input. Every function must process the input. Every function must give the output or result. Validation. Input must be passed, processing to be given, and output will be coming. Clear? Did you understand the meaning of functions now? So this is a concept coverage. We should not buttify the concept. We should not learn the concept 20 days, 30 days like that. Full coding, 20% concept, 80% coding. So purpose of functions, types of languages, advantages, parts, phases, syntax, and syntax explanation also you have seen. And next is what? Coding applications. I will go for it. Coding. I'll go for introducing the coding. The rest of them are what? Coding. The total phases, the total content is going to be depends on what? This concept only which I covered. Understand? No eighth class knowledge, nothing. If you have just a mathematics knowledge of your eighth class, it is going to be so easy to learn Python. No BTech, no intermediate, nothing is required. Okay, students, understood this now? So this is about concept of what? Functions now. Shall stop the class. Tomorrow class when I come back, I'll go for number of approaches to define functions in Python here. And ముందే లేచాడేనా? Stand up, stand up. So Anjanelu, package is not a last topic in Python. There are a lot of topics are there. There are a lot of topics are there, my dear student. Anjanelu, package is not a last topic. There are a lot of topics are there. Oh, yeah. Keep the button. నేను తొందరగా ఉన్నావు. Sleepy. Tell me the syntax for defining a function. Syntax. Syntax for defining a function. def of def. First పలుకు def. Huh? What is that? def. నేను చెప్పేది విను ఒకసారి. def. ఏంటి? Spell out. నెక్స్ట్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ వై కాదు, నేను మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ చెప్పట్లే ఇక్కడ, కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ చెప్తున్నా. డిఎఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ నేమ్ పలుకు, ఓపెన్ ద బ్రాకెట్, లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఫార్మల్ పారామీటర్స్, క్లోజ్ ద బ్రాకెట్, కోలన్, డాక్ స్ట్రింగ్, స్టేట్మెంట్ 1, స్టేట్మెంట్ 2, స్టేట్మెంట్ n. టెల్ మీ నౌ డిఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ డిఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఏంది? డిఎఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ నేమ్, బ్రాకెట్స్ ఓపెన్, కమ్ ఆన్ టెల్. చెప్పు. నీకు వినిపించదు అది, ఎందుకని? నువ్వు టెన్షన్ లో ఉన్నావు ఇప్పుడు. కూర్చో. సో వెన్ ద క్లాస్ is over, you should not run over the class. So you have to think first. Okay. So Mohammed is saying, so all of you might be, you understood that. So Mohammed is saying something. Let us look at what he is saying now. So happy Teachers Day. Mohammed, thank you, my dear student. Sir, thank you for being our teacher. In 22 years of my education, I'm seeing correct meaning of teacher now. Okay. Thank you, my dear student. Sir, you are only one who care about student future. Your success mantra for student success. Okay. Thank you, Mohammed. My dear students. Good. Thank you. Now. So, Sakshi, sir, yesterday onwards, Django classes were started, but we are in functions only. Is it good time to attend the Django classes, or else we wait for days? See, students, if the teacher knows subject, they can explain anything. Suppose you came first day to my class. What I said when you came first day to my class, 7 a.m., 7 a.m., first day, when you came to my class first day, what I wrote it here. No need of knowing anything about languages. You should be what? Dummy student. Recorded here. Because I'm sincere in my subject. I want to make you gold. Suppose if I take Django, I don't want your basics. I never bother. If you know data types in Python, I'll just make a gold in Python. Django also. I am the designer of full stack Python. I am the designer of full stack Python. If you come to my place, if you come to my place, full stack, if you come to my full stack, here it is available. There is a full stack Python is available somewhere else I'm having. So some full stack Python Django course content you see. This is my full Django. You need to have little knowledge about HTML and all and Python data types. Module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, module 7 with a Django project. Module 8, module 9, and then module 10, and then Django application deploying and the project, static website project you need to develop, creating project. This is called a Django project. So to teach this entire thing, like people says, you need to know that, that, total 100 things they will say. But it's not a good teacher property. We have to start the class in such a way that with your knowledge, they have to bounce. They have to boost their knowledge. That is called a teacher capacity. For doing learning this, you need to know that this 22 parameters they should not say. They have to explain so perfectly. If at all they know the perfect knowledge. Okay, students. Anyhow, so you can start no issue. You can start Django provided. That's what I'm saying. When the teacher is good, they will explain everything within few minutes. You can decide the capacity of the teacher. Suppose if you stand in front of me, within 2 minutes, if I speak to you, I will totally decide your talent. Within 2 minutes, I will decide. Same thing, faculty knowledge also can be determined within 2 minutes. By attending first class, you can decide their knowledge. You can decide the nature of the faculty also, how that faculty is. Some people are so liberal, nothing they will say because they don't have the talent. Some people are very strict because they are talented. Who will be strict? Who has the content. Who is liberal? Go wherever you like it. Don't know. So, like that, depends on the teacher how they teach. So now I will come to Django is a new batch. You're the part of full stack only you attend. So no problem, you can attend. So I'll stop my class. Tomorrow I'll go for what? This example I will go for it. Number of approaches to define what? Functions in Python. Read the notes and come. Thank you. All the best. Nagalakshmi, thank you, ma. Nagalakshmi, thank you for your appreciations. Thank you, ma. And Kumar, thank you. Right, Usha. Sir, in homework, the prime number in given range, reverse function, loop. So it might be done wrong, ma. So next class, if that code is there, we will go for it. So Sakshi, so my batch may be there, may not be there, ma, because I'm having busy classes with Python. So don't wait for me. My classes may be there, may not be there. So don't wait for it. Any more doubts, students? Having the doubts? Okay. Okay, students, take care. I will upload the notes and download it and go for that. Thank you, students. All the best.